What's up guys, IDK Play here, coming back with a brand new NASCAR video guys, and today we will be talking about why Eutechnyx stopped making NASCAR games. But before we get into the video, shout out to my donators, Kyle Larson 42 fan, NASCAR fan 24, and Brett Ludwig. Links to their channels will be in the description below. So without further ado guys, let's get started. Now, before I can start talking about why Eutechnyx stopped making NASCAR games, I'm going to explain to you guys some of the history from Eutechnyx and some events leading up to the stoppage of Eutechnyx making NASCAR games. So, Eutechnyx Limited was a British video game company located in Newcastle, England, and the company's main focus were racing games. Later on down the road, after EA Sports decided to not renew their NASCAR gaming license, Eutechnyx took over the license in 2010 and released their first ever NASCAR game in 2011 called NASCAR The Game 2011. After Eutechnyx made NASCAR The Game 2011 with their NASCAR gaming license, they went on to make NASCAR The Game Inside Line, NASCAR The Game 2013, NASCAR 14, and NASCAR 15, along with a phone game called NASCAR Manager. But then, on January 1st, 2015, it was announced that Dawsonberry Martin Racing will replace Eutechnyx for NASCAR 15. So, that means Eutechnyx developed NASCAR 15, which is why NASCAR 14 and NASCAR 15 look so similar, but NASCAR 15 was published by Dawsonberry Martin Racing, which is present day 704 Games. Now, the thing that is probably going to shock a lot of people is that Eutechnyx was still under contract when they decided to pull out of their contract for making NASCAR games. In an interview with the Chief Executive Officer of Eutechnyx, which is named Darren Joblings, it was discussed how they came to giving up the game series in favor for DMI Games, which is Dawsonberry Martin Racing. Interesting, there was no result for an expired contract. In this quote, he talks about, "The NASCAR license was current mid-cycle if you like. We have always worked as a team with NASCAR, and the decision to sell was done with their blessing. But it was our decision to approach them with the DMI option." Now, I know that probably just came off as a shock to a bunch of people because I know not everyone knew that Eutechnyx actually pulled out of their NASCAR gaming contract early while they were still under contract for making NASCAR games. Now, I also tried to look up how many years was still left on the contract for Eutechnyx for making NASCAR games, and I was not able to find it anywhere. But from the article I showed you guys, it did say that they were under mid-cycle with their contract. And as you guys know, Eutechnyx acquired the NASCAR gaming contract in 2010 and they lost it in 2015. So that means they were halfway through their contract. And the reason why I'm suspecting that Eutechnyx was halfway through their NASCAR gaming contract was because Darren Joblings did say in the article that they were mid-cycle with their contract. Now, for what I'm about to say about the NASCAR gaming license and Eutechnyx is not anything confirmed. This is just an estimate on my end, because if the NASCAR gaming license was acquired by Eutechnyx in 2010 and the mid-cycle was 2015, that means Eutechnyx was halfway through their contract in 2015. So that is 5 years. So that means, this is just an estimate once again from my end, that there was a good chance that Eutechnyx had the contract for making NASCAR games up until 2020. And the reason why I am estimating that Eutechnyx probably had the contract up until the year 2020 is because if you go from 2010 to 2015, that is 5 years. Eutechnyx had the NASCAR gaming license or the NASCAR gaming contract to make NASCAR games for 5 years. And if that's considered the midpoint, if you just add 5 years to the year 2015, you come out with the year 2020. So there is a very good chance and a high possibility that Eutechnyx had the NASCAR gaming license to make and produce NASCAR games up until the year 2020. So now the questions come up. Why did Eutechnyx stop making NASCAR games, and why did they pull out of their contract early? The answer to why Eutechnyx stopped making NASCAR games and why Eutechnyx pulled out of their NASCAR gaming contract early is because Eutechnyx went out of business. Yes, you are hearing this correctly. Eutechnyx went out of business. And the thing is, Eutechnyx as a company just didn't come out saying that they will stop making games. It seems like the company Eutechnyx Unlimited was just abandoned. If you go and look up on the site Giant Bomb, it shows what the last Eutechnyx games that were published and developed. And it says the last Eutechnyx game that was developed was Warhammer 40,000 Storm of Vengeance, which actually isn't true. The last Eutechnyx game that was developed was NASCAR 15, so it must be an error in the website. But that just shows you that Eutechnyx has not developed a game since NASCAR 15, or at least from what the records show. Also, if you go to games published, the last Eutechnyx game that was published by Eutechnyx was Warhammer 40,000 Storm of Vengeance. I know they don't have NASCAR 14 in here, and it's probably because NASCAR 14 was published by Eutechnyx and another company called Deep Silver. So yes, Eutechnyx did publish NASCAR 14, but it was also published by another company at the same time called Deep Silver. They kind of worked together to make NASCAR 14. But anyways, that just shows us that Eutechnyx has not published a game since the year 2014, and they have not developed a game since the year 2015. The last game that was developed by Eutechnyx was NASCAR 15. I know, the site screwed up and forgot to put NASCAR 15 under games developed by Eutechnyx, but on record, the last game developed by Eutechnyx was NASCAR 15, and the last game published by Eutechnyx was Warhammer 40,000 Storm of Vengeance. Now, I don't know how the Eutechnyx website looked before, but this is how it looks now, and it just looks abandoned. So this is how you know the company is definitely not making games anymore, because this website just looks abandoned. Like, I don't know how it looked before, but it just doesn't look right. It just says where you could contact Eutechnyx, and there's just some pictures, and it says Eutechnyx at the top, and that's basically it. So this is my last piece of evidence on why I know Eutechnyx as a company is out of business. As you guys can see, this is the official Eutechnyx Twitter, and Eutechnyx has not replied to a tweet or tweeted out anything since the year 2015. And I know for a fact this is the official Eutechnyx Twitter because of the bio. I don't know how they got that logo. They must have like changed the logo up right before they went out of business. But anyways, Eutechnyx has not replied to a tweet or tweeted out anything since the year 2015. Their website just looks abandoned and dull, and they have not published a game since the year 2014, and they have not developed a game since the year 2015. So I'm just going to say it right now, it's pretty safe to say that Eutechnyx as a company went out of business. Now, why did Eutechnyx go out of business? I don't know. And to be honest, we may never officially know why Eutechnyx went out of business because everything seems to be so hush-hush. But we do know that the reason why Eutechnyx stopped making NASCAR games and the reason why Eutechnyx pulled out of their NASCAR gaming contract early was because the company was obviously at a low point and they were heading downhill, because ever since Eutechnyx stopped making NASCAR games and ever since Eutechnyx pulled out of their NASCAR gaming contract early, Eutechnyx went out of business. So that will be it for today's video, guys. Thank you guys all for watching. If you guys are new, don't forget to smack that sub button. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to like this video and comment down below your opinions about this video. And once again, don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this. And also, do not forget to subscribe for more NASCAR Heat 4 news videos, because once I do get NASCAR Heat 4 news, I'll be making videos left and right on it. So don't forget to subscribe with notifications on, so you guys can be the first ones to be informed about the upcoming new NASCAR game, NASCAR Heat 4. So I'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to like, comment, and once again, don't forget to subscribe. IDK out.
And I got this soda, Remy boys.